what is some of your favorite movies?
Some of my favorite movies?
Yes, we're going to be talking about our favorite movies, so.
Well, if I have to pick my top 5, Taxi Driver would be number 1. I think it's just a really beautiful character study about this guy that just gets released from Vietnam. He doesn't know how to insert himself in society, and he takes like a 24-hour shift of like being a taxi driver, and just him trying to socialize and trying to be normal while not knowing what is appropriate towards like normal people. Exactly. And there's a great story that Quentin Tarantino tells about Martin Scorsese making that film, and I think it correlates really well with the ending towards Taxi Driver.
It's one of those things that's fallen down into Hollywood legend. I have no idea if it's true. I have no idea how much of it's true, if any of it's true. The MPAA slapped it with an X. And so Scorsese was now going to have to be faced with making a masterpiece that he thinks is perfect and having to slash his canvas. And the legend goes that Scorsese stayed up all night drinking, getting drunk with a loaded gun. And his purpose was, in the morning, he was going to shoot the executive at Columbia all night, as Scorsese sat there with a loaded gun in his lap, and some of his fellow filmmakers and friends came and talked to him and commiserated with him and tried to talk him out of it. Well, apparently what ended up happening is, by the end of the night, truly contemplating shooting the man and knowing he was going to do that, when that became such a reality, he did reach inside of himself to try to find one other thing he could do other than commit murder. And the idea that came to him was just to desaturate the color in the final shootout by 2 degrees, turning what was candy apple blood red into a more burgundy blood. He did that in lieu of killing a man, and the film got its R.
Alright, so for me, one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future, which, from a screenplay point of view, it is perfect. There ain't 1 second that's like wasted. Every single line of dialogue, it comes back in a very clever way. It is just a very fun movie, and it's probably just one of my favorite movies. That's always been my favorite movie since I was a kid. That still holds up to this very day.
Pulp Fiction. Between like the dialogue and like the characters and how the story isn't a conventional story as like most films were during that time period. Like, it didn't follow the first, second, third act structure. It like went back and forth and really made it interesting, and just, again, the characters really make that film. And Quentin Tarantino is like it's probably one of his best films he's done.
Requiem for a Dream. It is a very fucked up, really well edited piece that talks about really just how addiction fucking destroys the lives of people. And it ain't just like normal drug addiction. Like, there's a subplot where a woman is just wanting to get on television and she takes weight loss pills, but that sends her down a fucking rabbit hole that is very depressing, and that's why I love it. Alright, another one of my favorites is Good Time. It's a very recent one, but it's made by the Safdie brothers, and it feels very personal, like they know these type of people. And when you watch something like Good Time, you know a person like Connie. And
I feel like it's personal because a lot of the cinematography is really a lot of close-ups and a lot of shake cam, but done so well, and it fits the narrative of each story they do.
Hell yeah. Everybody be safe out there.
And cough in everyone's face.